Hi, everybody. Nice to be here, and nice to see you all. Today, we're going to talk about what can we do to measure the user attention in digital and how to best optimize it as a tool to help you drive better business outcomes. But actually, before we start with going through the insights and the learnings that we had from all the work that we've been doing in the past year or so with advertisers across our region, just want to spend some time on a bit of quiz. Do you guys remember this? He was a famous hero in the 90s children book. And some of the most known works with this guy was actually revolving around finding him. So I'm just going to leave this here for a couple of seconds. And with the challenge of, let's find together Waldo. We can count a couple of seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anybody? Are you seeing Waldo? The point was that Waldo was viewable as a character. He was in that photo, but we couldn't pay attention to it because of the crowdness of the other characters, because it was of all the other things that were happening on the screen when Waldo was there. So, just to show you guys the proof, he was there. Look, he was on the screen. Now, coming back to the point of today's presentation. This was all meant to exemplify the fact that the user attention all the time beats viewability. We're not saying that viewability as a digital KPI is bad, far from it, but there is a need to evolve it in a ever-crowded advertising space. So how do we do that? Well, we actually started to quantify the relationship between the user attention and business results. And what we saw is that actually all the time, when we're making the correlation between the user attention in the digital space with actual business outcomes, attention is all the time a better predictor of success, both for branding impacts as well as for business, as well as for sales impacts. So both the upper and the lower funnel. So how do we get from actually measuring attention to making it available at scale for all your advertising campaigns? Well, at these, like with any verification services that we are offering to our partners to validate the quality of their media exposure, we use third-party solutions. And in the case of attention, we are using Lumen in Europe and the MENA space. Lumen is one of the leading advertising solutions when it comes to measuring the attention across all digital space, not only in TEEDs globally. And how they do it is basically they've built a predictive machine learning algorithm that is fed constantly with the results and insights they get from live users panels. So they have live users panels both in Europe and in the US. They got the consent of those users to track their attention when exposed to digital advertising across a multitude of digital platforms, and they use those insights and learnings to build a predictive machine learning algorithm. And that algorithm is being used now at scale, not only in TEEDs, but across multiple digital platforms. So this means democratizing the measurement of attention in the digital space. At TEEDs, back in spring of this year, we were actually also the first media advertising platform to natively integrate Lumen as an additional measurement in our system, and we're now offering it for free for all awareness campaigns that run in our ecosystem. But having access to detailed live attention measurement results doesn't mean too much. The question is, how do you smartly use these data and insights to do better, and to achieve better results before your advertising campaigns? And this is one example that we did with Lipton in the Turkish market. They were actually the first brand, the first company that was using the Lumen measurement and the Lumen results that they got via our platform to not only measure the attention at total campaign level and also by creative in their campaign, but actually use those results to optimize their exposure. And by optimizing, I mean taking out, during the life of the campaign, the creatives that were not generating enough user attention, or also eliminating from their mix of publishers, the websites in the Turkish market that were not satisfactory in terms of attention of the users. And by doing this, between the first week of the campaign up to the last one, what we've managed to do is actually to help this client deliver 20% more attention. And also, consequently, if the attention level goes up, obviously the cost per those attentive impressions goes down. Now, I've talked a lot about attention correlating with business results. And when we looked at after this optimization, when we looked at the total campaign results, what we've noticed is that all the measured KPIs when it comes to attention were overpassing the existing global and TIDS benchmarks. So let me pause a bit here and walk you through this very crowded slide. When it comes to measuring the attention, you're actually relying on 3 different KPIs. First one, and one of the most important, is the percentage of view rate. What does it mean? So this is actually a measure that helps you understand the total number of impressions that were actually viewed by the user. It's different versus viewability, because viewability, as I was explaining earlier, according to the IAB standard, it's actually an opportunity to see. Differently, the percentage of view rate is telling you impression with actual eyes on the ad. So typically what we're seeing when we're talking about percentage of view rate in relationship with attention is this number is a bit slightly lower than viewability, right? The second one, it's dwell time. So the average number of seconds the users pay attention to your ads that were running as part of your campaign. And the third one, it's APM, or attentive seconds per 1,000 of impressions. And this one is actually the most important one because it actually combines the previous 2 KPIs, right? So when we're optimizing our clients' campaigns to get to higher attention, we're typically looking at the APM scores per creative and also for the mix of publishers they have as part of their campaign. Now, we've optimized, we helped Lipton optimize for better attention their campaign. That actually in turn helped us to deliver higher attention than both global and internal teams benchmarks, and we didn't stop here. So I told you at the beginning that the user attention in digital is highly correlating with business impact. And we also measure the branding impact that the campaign in TIDS brought to the brand. And what we noticed is that as a result of all these interventions, obviously in sync with a strong communication message, this campaign delivered a positive uplift when it comes to both ad recall and message association. So again, the key message I want to leave you guys today is, yes, future is happening right now. Somebody would have told me 3 years ago that there will be a way to actually measure the user attention in the digital space and also use those live results to optimize for better results. Probably I would say, okay, that's science fiction. That cannot happen in media and in a GDPR compliant way. Today we're here to tell you not only that this is happening, but this is actually helping advertisers and partners to deliver better results. So yeah, happy to talk more, guys. Thanks a lot for your time. Ciao.
Thank you so much.